And we are back, and we just finished watching 2021's Silent Night. This film is not rated. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 32 minutes, and we caught it on Netflix, but it's also streaming on AMC Plus and buy rent on Prime. This is from writer Camille Griffin and stars Keira Knightley, Matthew Good, and Roman Griffin Davis, who we loved from Jojo Rabbit. This is an interesting storytelling experience because in a lot of places, IMDb included, there's tags of dark comedy, holiday comedy, drama, holiday horror. However, I want to make a case that things need to be labeled correctly because this film is not a comedy. I wouldn't even consider it a dark comedy.
No.
Maybe drama?
More drama than anything else. If it was comedy, every comedic bit failed.
Right. And the other thing is, this film really needs to come with a massive trigger warning because we're talking about suicide. And for whatever reason that the suicides happen, because there's more than one, it's not funny. There's nothing funny about this film.
No, this film's horrible. I didn't like this movie at all.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it. And but my biggest complaint is the labeling, because if I have someone in my family or in my friend group that has taken their life, I would find this incredibly unsettling to watch.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in Netflix, it does, underneath the main label of comedy, underneath that, above the description, it does say...
It says language suicide.
Language and suicide.
But there should be something... listen, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I really feel like there should be something at the beginning. I mean, we have trigger warnings in front of, like, TV shows. So this film should also come with a warning, because... I wasn't ready for all of that stuff to happen. It starts off very like this family is inviting friends over for the holidays. And then early in the film, you find out what the hell is going on. And there are, I guess, moments of levity. There is some comedic things, or I don't know if things that happen or things that are said. I think I found this movie more cringy than anything.
Yeah, I think what they were trying to do is like make sort of like like this was my impression going in. It was going to be sort of like Four Weddings and a Funeral, but in an apocalyptic setting where the world was doomed, and the choice was either die by plague or die by a suicide pill that the government handed out, because there's no surviving the plague. Everybody's just going to die. And if you played that as something ridiculous and you had a cast of weird characters who had strange relationships with each other, they tried to pull that with the boring guy's slutty wife and the black dude
from Gangs of London.
It didn't really work.
Yeah.
It was like you never really, none of these plot points were ever committed to in any way. To the point where this film was just boring. Yeah, I found myself bored.
Did you like any of the characters?
I didn't like any of the characters. I think another aspect of like, oh, it's funny because we made the kid from Jojo Rabbit curse a lot.
Yeah, well, all the children in this curse a lot.
Yeah, but him especially.
Yeah.
And okay, that's a novelty that wears off super fast.
Yes, agreed.
You can't say, all right, now it's a comedy. No, it's just the kid. He cursed. He says the F word a bunch. There's the snotty girl. His two brothers were practically non-existent.
Right.
There's the lesbian couple where one of the actresses, the blonde actress, I've seen her in other stuff. I know that she is a comedic actress.
Is she?
Yeah,
she looks familiar, but I couldn't place her.
I can't quite place her. I've seen her in other comedic roles. I'm guessing they were hoping that she would bring some of her...
Her name is Lucy Punch.
Yeah, some of her just like, I guess, comedic timing to the film. No. Her friend or her girlfriend all she basically
I felt bad for the
yeah.
girlfriend.
Well, the two outsiders, Jace, they were just kind of outsiders. Lily Rose Depp and
She was in a series of unfortunate events as Esme. Squalor.
meaningless to me. I watched that show, but I don't remember anything about it. But yeah, none of it worked. There was no chemistry with any of the characters. There was no funny moments. There was no funny dialogue. You build this crazy situation around these people, and the fact that we're going to spend our last day together.
She was Eve Draper in Hot Fuzz. Was that supposed to be Simon Pegg's girlfriend?
I don't know.
Was she... We felt bad for her girlfriend, Alex, played by Kirby Howell-Batiste. But Bella was kind of a bitch, and I didn't like her. I didn't like Sandra, the other blonde.
No, none of the characters were nice. I didn't.
Even Keira Knightley, I didn't particularly care for.
No, she was, especially at the end, she was kind of a pain in the ass. I think they were going for comedy with, him having to go get the Cokes over and over again.
All right.
It was just stupid. It was just stupid. And then you have, like I said, you have this situation that's a no way out situation, and you're playing it. I don't know. I guess, are we supposed to find it funny that these British people are trying to make the best of the situation, stiff upper lip and all that whole chap? Is that where the humor lies? Because it just wasn't there. If you were going to make this a comedy, I would have expected, we're going to invite all our old friends to this secluded mansion where we're going to wait out and die together because we're such good friends. And then through the course of the evening, they just devolve into just despising one another, and by the end of the evening they don't even have to wait for the plague or the pill or anything. They've just murdered each other. That would have been a comedy,
right? And that would have been more interesting, right?
Yeah, that would have been way more interesting. Secrets come out, jealousies unfold. Somebody just gets so pissed they stab somebody or something like that.
Yeah,
get ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like
if the most
we're waiting for the end of the world, but are we going to even survive it because we hate each other?
Yeah, if the most ridiculous thing in the whole damn situation is when they're all sitting together and the snooty blonde lady asks the black dude, "Why didn't you ever have sex with me?"
That was weird. Was it just me? I'm not trying to be like puritanistic or anything, but that was like weird. That whole exchange was weird. That's them like knocking
on the door of a comedy and not really going anywhere with it.
And why was Keira Knightley a bitch to Johnny Depp's daughter?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, because she was
young,
because she was talking to her son and trying to talk out his concerns, because he was concerned. He didn't want to commit suicide.
Right.
I don't know. This film was just terrible. And
yeah, it wasn't good.
And it's like, it's in the holiday section.
Yeah,
it's like, get the hell out of here. This is not a Christmas movie. It's a movie that takes place during Christmas.
I mean, drama horror would make more sense.
Yeah,
drama horror.
I don't even know. I don't even
shape or form is this a comedy.
I don't even know about the horror label. I mean, once you state the situation, it's not like as though it turns people into zombies or something or anything like that. It's a big cloud. There's a big brown cloud that's enveloping the earth, and you either let the cloud kill you.
Green, actually.
I could come on. Don't stop shaming me for being colorblind. There's the big cloud,
whatever color
it may be. And it's enveloping the earth, and you either let it kill you or you take a government-mandated suicide pill.
You die with dignity.
Die with dignity, yes.
And avoid suffering.
Right. Stiff upper lip.
Stiff upper lip.
Yes, quite.
I know that he's not popular, but I feel like Lars von Trier did this better with Melancholia. But this was...
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I didn't see Melancholia, but I know it was not a comedy.
No, and it's never advertised as a comedy.
Right. There's no yakety sax playing while they chase each other around the fountain.
I also want to preface this by saying this was our third selection. We just could not find a damn movie to get through today.
Yeah, it was.
This was terrible.
This was a bad day for movies.
This was a bad day for films. And I don't know. I'm tired. is what I am. I'm tired. And I'm really let down by this film. I guess it was a COVID movie. It came out in 2021.
Yeah.
So, and it looked very Spartan, right? It didn't.
I mean, it was filmed okay.
I mean,
it was
probably. It's
didn't
like
look,
a COVID movie.
Yeah.
And they, you know.
It didn't look like one of those, what is that, Mar Vista movies that you kept passing by.
We have to do a whole month of Mar Vista
Good
movies.
Lord, those films look like garbage.
And yet, they have an audience.
Hot garbage. Just filmed with, like, I wouldn't even say an iPhone.
I was going to say, I think the iPhone film's even better.
It's filmed with, like,
clearer.
one of those old digital cameras that people used to get, like, flip, whatever.
Yeah.
Flip video.
I don't even think they have videos for these anymore. That kind of video, yeah. Fun fact from IMDb: Keira Knightley's mother is Sting's wife. It's Trudy Styler.
I'm sorry.
The woman who played.
Oh, the woman who played
Grandma. The woman who played Keira Knightley's mom
is Sting's wife.
Is Sting's wife in real life.
Oh,
I knew I'd seen her face somewhere.
Good for her.
Did you like any of the characters in this film?
No, I didn't even like Jojo Rabbit kid.
Art.
No, I didn't like Art.
Why?
Annoying. Just, when the kid's whole gimmick is that he curses a lot and.
Well, he was sort of like the rebel, right?
He's the one who didn't want to participate.
He didn't want to be the sheep
yeah.
and participate in this mass suicide pact that everyone was having.
Yeah, disguised as a Christmas party.
Yeah. What about Sophie? What'd you think of Sophie?
That was the snotty little girl, right?
No. That was Kitty. Sophie was Johnny Depp's daughter. She's the one that originally wasn't going to take the pill, but then I guess gets peer pressured by James into taking the pill. I couldn't understand why people disliked her so much.
I don't know.
Because she was young?
I guess because she was young and she was both outsider characters were kind of segregated.
Yeah.
They didn't really participate in the discussions. They just sort of sat there. One of them just got drunk and the other one upstairs and sat alone or talked to the boy. And
it was weird because I think when the story starts to turn, where you finally are given the pieces to understand what's really happening when she's at the dinner table, when Sophie's at the dinner table talking about how she was with these, I guess, two friends of hers prior to this date, and it was a bad night. They were very rude. They wouldn't let her finish her story. The Matthew Good character's sort of like, enough. We're not talking about that anymore. Every time she tried to ever speak, she was always like shot down. And then that whole situation, I don't think she's in the room. I think at this point she's, I guess, sequestered in her room. But we were talking before about James and Sandra. I don't know if they had a relationship in the past. And she was like, oh, we were best friends and I loved you. And why didn't you sleep with me? Like, what? What is going on?
Like I said, I think that they were trying to go for comedy there, but they just...
But that scene wasn't comedic. It was cringy,
No, but
that's
the thing. That scene had the potential to have humor applied to it, but nobody there did it.
For laughs.
Yeah, the writing, the acting, none of it. None of it was ever portrayed in a comedic manner. And I think that was the attempt. That's why this film was labeled a comedy, for things like that. But... it always failed. None of it was funny.
No, none of it.
I don't think the cast knew they were in a comedy. And it's
well, they're British actors. They just want to work, right?
This was a waste of time, and maybe I'm just pissed off because, like you said,
this is our third
this is our third attempt to watch a damn movie.
Yeah.
We're trying to find some sort of a Christmas themed sort of thing that the kids would have no interest in, but would at least interest us. And man,
we failed miserably today.
It was tough. It was tough. We went through two other films, and I think the first one we got 40 minutes in, and the second one
we were 49 minutes in, and it was still another 50 minutes.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I thought the film was almost over.
I said we're halfway.
Yeah,
I said we were halfway, and you were like, oh no, this has got to be towards the end. And I'm like, no,
I thought there was
way.
like 10 minutes left, but no. We stopped it, and 50. It was Jesus Christ. And then the other one was just some terrible wannabe slasher movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think we made that one 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I was going to say,
was
did we
so
turn it off after 10 minutes?
Boring.
Yeah.
It was just so goddamn boring. All right.
Uh,
Let's just give numbers. This sucks. I'm giving this a 2.
Wow, a 2. I guess I would give it a 4. It's not good. It's not good. It's pretty.
I wouldn't even say it's pretty.
I mean,
it was
it's
very
pretty.
dark.
I
They
feel
definitely
like
could have exposed the film a little bit more.
I feel like if you're an influencer and you want to see how to set a table and like fashions
like
and stuff,
the sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very level.
The house was
The
gorgeous.
house was gorgeous. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I want to live there.
Gorgeous house, gorgeous countryside.
Yeah, I want to live there.
Yeah.
The frocks were pretty.
Everybody was dressed nicely. It was
Yeah.
like a very traditional Christmas get
Bella's
together.
girlfriend Alex, I thought, had the best dress.
There's your silver lining.
There's your silver lining. But yeah, story execution, not good. And I feel like these actors are better than this, and even they might have realized.
I mean,
that this
I thought the performances were okay. Maybe not.
just okay.
Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
okay.
They weren't
Nobody was bringing their A game to this one.
right.
Okay, I thought Roman was good. I liked that kid. He was great in Jojo Rabbit. He was believable in this. I don't feel like he was not going to be the one to save this movie.
No.
That's
I
it.
feel bad because it's a female filmmaker, and I normally want
that's
to.
meaningless. That's meaningless.
I normally want to amplify female filmmakers, but this was not a good film.
It wasn't.
It wasn't a good film. It's a 4, and maybe even that's generous.
2. Maybe I'm being grumpy and it's actually a 3, but right now I'm saying 2.
All right, you can.
Yeah.
You can. For argument's sake, what could have made this film better?
I explained what could have made it better if they just made it a real comedy. Just make the situations between these people more ridiculous. You have this very dark background, and then you have this idea, we're going to have a traditional English Christmas in the countryside, and we're going to invite our dear old friends. Mm-hmm. And this is it. You know you're all going to die, so you let it all out. And when you let everything out and you're like, oh, well, what's the big deal? We're all going to be dead tomorrow. Just tell me. Okay,
That's
Bob.
perfect.
I screwed your wife like 15 times. Okay, the knives come out. People start losing their mind. Maybe somebody's just like a crazy conspiracy theorist, and he's like, oh, it's all fake. You're all a bunch of sheep. I needed that to be there, and I needed some. You have, like I said, really dark background. Make the people just crazy.
Yeah,
Make them crazy and make
better.
make them get crazier and crazier as the film progresses to the point where at the end it doesn't matter if the
world is ending.
if the cloud of death gets you or the die peacefully suicide pill. Everybody's going to be dead or mutilated or covered with blood or just smacking each other around. Yeah. Show me that.
Yeah, and get rid of the children.
Get rid of there shouldn't be any kids. It
Roman's
just should be.
character should have been like a younger brother, right? Like maybe some stoner younger brother who's like, man, I'm not buying this.
Yeah.
The government. Get rid of the twins. Get rid of Kitty. I didn't understand that. Like,
yeah, you could have just had another snotty adult.
yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, skip this movie. Don't go see this movie. Pretend this movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, if you want something, I guess, in the background, like
No. Skip this movie. Pretend it doesn't exist.
like the house was beautiful.
Doesn't matter. Go watch the Home Improvement channel. You'll get more entertainment out of that one.
Or Paddington 2.
Paddington 2.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's playing somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a straight Christmas movie, but we watch it every Christmas.
Yeah, we do actually.
Always will. God damn it.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
That's top tier.
The top tier.
Yeah, one of the best movies ever made. I will die on that hill.
Yes.
All right. We should watch all the Silent Nights because apparently there's more than one. I thought you couldn't
I guess you can't copyright or trademark the term Silent Night because it's an ancient song.
But it's weird because it's like, if I'm talking about Silent Night, am I talking about this one? Am I talking about the Joel Kinnaman movie? You know what I mean? There's like a
strap the year on it. Silent Night 2021. Yeah. Terrible garbage.
Because it's funny, I put in Silent Night movie, and of course, the first one that came up was the Joel Kinnaman one.
Well, I'm sure the Joel Kinnaman one probably made more money than this. Plus, it's more recent.
It is more recent. Oh, ooh. It doesn't tell you what the budget, but I'm sure this is a failure because the gross worldwide is only $438,000.
For this movie?
For this movie.
That doesn't surprise me.
That might have been like...
Who the hell is going to go see this movie in a theater?
That might have been Alex's salary.
Yeah. Who would see this who would actually go see this? Oh, it's Christmas. What movie are we going to see? Oh, let's go Silent Night. That looks fun. Everybody commit suicide. Oh, there's a dead baby. How festive. Oh.
Let me see. Hold on. The Joel Kinnaman one, the budget was $10 million, and the gross worldwide is only $11 million.
If you want to be the number one film called Silent Night, you have some good chances.
You still have a chance.
Yeah. There's your cue, filmmakers.
There you go. Yeah, this wasn't good. It's a 4. Maybe a 3, actually.
Yeah. I'm all for downgrading.
It's definitely under a 5. Yeah. If 5 is the halfway mark, this is definitely under that.
This is terrible. Yeah, especially as a holiday movie.
Yeah. I really want to reinforce that things need to be labeled better. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just think that if I'm looking at comedy, and I'm not looking at language suicide at the very fine print corner. I'm not doing it. I'm just looking at how things are labeled in what category. This is in the holiday section.
Yeah, and the trailer
get your shit together.
And the trailer was clearly trying to pass it off like it was
as a holiday, like a scampy holiday.
Oh yeah,
adventure.
Yeah, like I said when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm guessing it's sort of like it's got a 4 weddings and a funeral type vibe to it.
Yes. I was not a great movie either. As soon as, you know what? I probably should have stayed away because when I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, this is like British Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh. Christmas with the Cranks was
that was shite
horrible.
Too. But I would rather watch that
than
this.
Honestly, British Christmas with the Cranks probably would have been good. Yeah. I like British. I generally love British humor. But this
wasn't a comedy.
I know that's what makes me even more mad.
Right,
because I grew up
big red flag.
I grew up loving British comedy.
Right.
A lot of my sense of humor is based upon that like sort of dark, mean sense of humor.
Right.
That British people don't seem to get squeamish about.
No, they're great.
They're fantastic. Yeah, they're like kicking people and
hitting little people.
Yeah, little things hitting each other. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Heads popping off like champagne corks. People getting hit with giant fish. It just doesn't make sense. It's just, it's great stuff. Blackadder, Monty Python.
The Young Ones.
The Young Ones.
Fawlty
God,
Towers.
The Young Ones. Jesus Christ, The Young Ones. That show is berserk.
Yeah.
But this... Oh, I mean, I even
Benny Hill.
I mentioned Yakety Sax.
Yes.
Yeah, a Yakety Sax sequence in this film could have been great. Just high speed, them chasing each other around the house, trying to kill each other for screwing each other's spouses or
boyfriends,
dark secrets coming out, or maybe just somebody threw a bag of cocaine into a ceiling fan, and now everybody's just crazed out of their mind.
Oh my God! So. Should we mention that we tried to watch The Night Before?
Nah.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's just
end this.
Let's just wrap this up.
Let's end this day.
End our suffering, please.
Where's our pill?
Where's our pill? I want to
die with dignity.
British government. Where's the pill for us so we can stop this?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a jerk. Just please label things better, streamers. Please. Okay. And that's it from us. And we will bid you all a
good night.
Good night.